and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147. And no, this isn't a whip and chat this time. Well, it is a little bit of a whip and chat, but it's not a full whip and chat. This is tip and trick number 27. So some people I know do still use the likes of the clear covers, things like that. We've been through different tips and tricks for that. But what this is in relation to is if you happen to have a section, let me zoom in. So if you have a section like this, so as you can see, this is, while there's blocks, it is also quite a bit confetti in the fact that there is lots and lots of different sections. And people have different levels as to how they cope / can struggle with this. I'm sure many diamond painters, in fact probably all diamond painters, have had that time where you have completed the block that you're working on, for example. So you've tipped out your colour, you've tipped out, for example, your black, and you're quite happily dotting away, and you're going here and you're going there, you know, and you're getting all your different symbols down, and you do the whole section, you put your diamonds away, and you see one you've missed. We've all done it. It's so frustrating, but it does happen. However, there are, you know, times when it can happen more than others, and quite often it is when you've got a very, very busy area with a lot of symbols going round. Now, these black ones are fairly easy to spot. Some of these sevens, for example, that are here might be a little bit trickier because there's a few over here and there's a few up here. So today's tip and trick is in relation to that, and that is use your cover paper more than you've ever used it before. So this is the section that I've taken off to do, but what I can also do is sort of divide that section up a little bit more. So I've just got 3 rows exposed at the moment, and I quite like sometimes when I've got a very busy piece like this is to actually go across, all the way across in a row. So I'm doing row 1 with all of this diamond. Now you could put your cover paper further down and only expose the 1 row if that's the way your brain comprehends it a little bit easier. But or you could do it like this, where you just do all of them in that section of 3, of a row of 3, because then your eye is not scanning all the way over the section. Your eyes are just looking at this little bit, and you're getting all that symbol done in this section, just in this little block of 3. Now the reason we often do bigger sections as diamond painters, or the reason I do, is I wouldn't want to do each of my sections in general as a 3, because I would be constantly tipping diamonds out of my tray and tipping diamonds back into my tray. So if that was all I was going to do, I'd then have to tip all my diamonds back in to my storage to then get them out for the next row. So I like to do a fairly nice size section, but sometimes it can get confusing. So what you can then do is, once you've done that row of 3, is you can then move it up, so you're exposing the next row of 3. Now if I just grab a sheet of cover paper from here, what you can also do to help yourself, and this can get harder as you go along because there's less for it to stick to, and this one doesn't want to stick that much because it is only a row of 3, but you can always just hold it there just to stop your eye rechecking an area you've already done, and do your next batch of 3. Now this does get harder the more diamonds that you place into your section, because of course it's no longer sticky for your cover paper to hold on to it. But by then there's less symbols to look at as well, so you don't find yourself missing symbols anywhere near as much when you get nearer the end of your section. It's normally right at the beginning. So you can either use the cover paper to help you, and that's often the easiest way because it just blocks out the rest from your vision. Your eyes don't take it into account at all. Or go row by row throughout your section, and if need be you can always use your piece of cover paper near the end just to double check your rows. So let me just put the rest of these diamonds. Of course I've picked one that's got lots and lots of black, so I'm practically into a whip and chat by the time I get them all placed. But for example, now I've placed those into that section, what I could do is just use my cover paper just to highlight a row, do a quick scan. Yep, got them all. Yep, got them all. Yep, yep. You know, like just a little cross check for yourself when you've finished a section. And of course you can go up higher, so this could go into a chunk of 5. This cover paper is more likely to stick a little bit better now because it's got a bigger section to sit onto, and your tray will hold the rest. But cover paper can be used in many ways, and if you do find yourself constantly missing symbols and not quite realising, you know, just if you find yourself doing it a lot, and it is extremely frustrating, it's so frustrating when it happens, then use your sheets of cover paper that you've taken off from other sections to just help dull that chaos a little bit for you so you can see where you're going. Quite often if I have a very busy section, I only need to do the top one because the diamonds placed know that I'm not messing with that row. But every now and then I do get a sheet of cover paper and just go down row by row, depending on how clear the canvas is and how clear the symbols are, just so that my eyes are just looking at the row above that cover paper line, and it just helps me to scan and check I've not missed any. So hopefully that will save you guys some time dipping in the pot to try and rescue those couple of diamonds that you found in a completely different section. But yeah, that is tip and trick number 27. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon.